And welcome to our Field of 68 video podcast. I'm Dave Friedman. Honor Huff on the left. On the right, Trey Bonham and their dog Carter front and center. How long have you guys had a dog?
Like 4 or 5 months now. So he's a new addition to the family.
So who takes care of him when the team's on the road?
We have we have friends to take care of him when we're on out.
I bet you're popular to start with, two of the best players on one of the better teams in the SoCon, but I bet that dog helps you guys out in the popularity scale.
Yeah, he's a pretty friendly dog, so a lot of people around know his face.
Who named him?
He was already named when we got him, and I just liked the name, so we kept it.
So you guys have played two crazy games in a row, dramatic comebacks. You're way behind, down 20, down 16 to beat Wofford and Furman. Why are you giving Dan Earl such a headache, a heart attack?
I mean, he said that all the time in the locker room. That's what we're doing to him. It's tough because at the beginning of the games, we'll always say, "Come on, we can't let them get a lead. It starts with us to start at 5, and then we go down 8-0, 10-0, 17-6, something like that." So it's something we try to stay away from, but we just can't seem to stay away from it. But I mean, like I said in the interview before, I mean, I think it shows our will and perseverance as a team, and our camaraderie and enough fight and power to close it out and get the wins where it counts. So I'll take the win, obviously, rather than the loss.
Trey, when you look at this team and you kind of consider the first 2.5 months of the season, are you where you thought you'd be?
I think we've grown a lot this year. At the beginning of the season, it was hard. We had Bash, who's been a big contributor. He didn't play the first couple games. We had a lot of injuries. Frank Champion, he didn't play the first couple games. So I do think we're starting to get there. I think we still got a higher ceiling for sure, but I think we if we get rid of the giving up a 20-point deficit in the first half, I think we could be a really good team. So we're getting close.
You guys have one of those records. You're 4-2 in the league, leading up to a national TV game Thursday against Samford. You look at all your games, you could be 6-0, but you could also be 2-4. Like, what's the difference between winning and losing these tight games?
I think this year the conference is a lot more competitive. There's a lot more variety this year for sure. So it's going to be a fight every night. So just staying together as a team, because it might be some games where we're not hitting, we're not making shots. So we got to pick it up in other ways. So it's just trying to make winning plays. That's what we call it, just making winning plays. So we have a lot of people this year that are willing to make willing plays. We have people, teammate Garrison dove face first into the stands 2 games ago. So I think he got a little glue on his face, some glue on his forehead. So I think just having that mentality is the main difference between winning and losing in this conference.
Honor, the expression on your face there indicated that you like to play hard, but diving into a scorer's table to injure yourself, not on the not on
Yeah,
the court.
yeah. It's crazy because the game. I mean, the day after when we had treatment, I went to get some treatment, and he was there. It was fixing his face, his leg, his arm, his elbow. I said, "Hey, you crazy? You one crazy man." Because I would have ran to that line and stopped right. I mean, that just shows what Garrison brings to our team. His toughness, his competitiveness really is one of one, honestly, and it's really propelled us this far.
Defenses at times this year have pretty clearly game planned to limit you guys, limit your shots, limit your touches, and let other guys try to beat them. But between the new point guard and the new power forward and Wheeland and Colin Mulholland, you guys have a pretty nice group. Can you talk about all these newcomers?
I mean, I think you hit it on the head. I think teams have tried their damnness to keep us, not being a factor, but I think we have great pieces surrounding us that kind of cultivate everything within the game. So like you said, Colin comes in, they kind of have to change the defense for that too, because he can shoot so well. So now that frees us up even more. Bash playing the way he plays, you kind of have the game plan for him now. And then Frank is just a jack of all trades at our center. So he's an undersized center, but rebounds, passes, handles the ball, does everything he can for us. So having those guys around us make it somewhat, easier sometimes. Obviously, it's still hard for us, but it makes it easier to have those guys around us who are picking us up day in and day out.
How much do you think about the way last season ended? A really tough loss to ETSU, a game that you guys led big, kind of let slip away. How much does that fuel you for this year?
Touchy subject there. Touchy subject.
Yeah, it's something we still talk about. I promise it comes up at least every other day. We put in a new press break. We've gone over rebounding, put a lot of more rebounding drills into practice. So it's been definitely an emphasis going into this year. And I think we have the pieces this year to, when we face that adversity, we'll be able to overcome it better this year than we did last year.
I've listened to the podcast. You guys are not afraid to hit on touchy subjects.
Nah, not at all.
Let's talk about this game Thursday, ESPNU against Samford. Are you guys excited? Are you nervous? Are you ready to play the game now?
Yeah, I wish we could play tomorrow, if I'm being honest with you. But that's just on one hand, because we're playing safe. On the other hand, I'd rather play the game than practice. So it's two sides right there. But I'm definitely excited, especially it's a nationally televised game. You always want to play your best on those, and then the best team in the conference as of right now. So it's a big test. Obviously, they just dropped a tough one to ETSU, and we got both of them coming up this week. So obviously, we're gonna take it one game at a time. We're ready for Samford. I'm excited. I don't want to say nervous, but just ready for the opportunity, and hopefully, our home fans come out, show some support, and we get a win for them.
Is it a track meet, Trey? They press and shoot threes. You're not afraid to get out and go?
Nah, I joke around because I feel like it suits my game a little bit. Kind of just going up and down, playing fast, and it's kind of we play similar in terms of just like we want to shoot fast, get a lot of shots up, but they just pick up full court. That's the biggest difference. But it's a lot of respect to them guys. It's a good ball club. I respect Bucky Ball. So it's always a fun game to play them.
Trey, what's the most challenging thing about living with Honor?
He thinks he's a singer, so he just walking around the house all day singing all the time. That gets annoying. And he talks a lot. Everybody knows that. So you just got to get used to that part too.
Honor, tell us something about Trey that most people don't know.
Most people don't know. Everybody knows about the narcolepsy thing now. But that's a worldwide phenomenon.
Yeah, because you told everyone.
Exactly. Something else that they don't know about Trey Bonham. He's a military baby. He actually lived in Japan for a good portion of his life growing up when he was a kid. So I don't think a lot of people know that. And he's half iguana. I don't know. See his hands, you'll be able to tell that him and like the iguana breed, they're like this, they're close. So I don't know if they formed that in Japan. I don't know if they have them in Japan, but those fun facts for the day about Trey Bonham.
What do you guys need to do to make this a really special season?
I think defense. We got to pick it up defensively. That's been a point of emphasis leading into the season, but it wasn't. We've really started to, I think, pick it up in the last couple games where first half we're kind of lackadaisical on defense, but then we kind of turn it up a notch in the second half. And I think partially it's because we're down 20 points. So it's like, okay, we got to get stops. But if we just have that mentality coming into the game, I think it's going to take us to another level. Because offensively, I think we're top of the SoCon right now. So if we just pick it up defensively, it'd be perfect.
Honor, what do you think? What's the one thing you can do to take you to the next level?
I think he hit it right on the head. I just think making the winning plays, I think we're kind of lethargic to start games and, to fill out the game and stuff like that. But like Coach always said, you got to be ready to go from the tip. And I think we've done a terrible job of doing that recently. Like I said, we rather to win, so I'm glad we won our games, but we'll put a little bit less stress on ourselves so we can kind of pick it up and play hard from the beginning, make those winning plays, make those not game winning, my bad, those winning plays on both ends of the ball. I think we can do that to sustain it throughout the game. We can be a force in this league.
What's your current sports hot take?
My sports hot take, it's the same. It'll always be the same. Kyrie Irving is the best point guard in the NBA. He doesn't get enough credit.
For those who haven't heard that take before, would you like to give us some justification for it?
I think for one, Kyrie Irving is the most skilled player of all time, no matter the position. I think the stuff he can do on the basketball court, if he really tried, no one else could do ever, or is ever going to be able to do. He's a 50, 40, 90 guy every season. He doesn't get enough credit for that. He's probably top 3 in All-Star voting because, everybody wants to see him play basketball. So I definitely think he doesn't get enough credit.
When it's really cold out or you guys have been gone for a long time, just want to get some sleep, whatever, who does the dirty work with Carter? Who takes him out when neither of you want to do it?
Me. Yeah, I would give him that. He takes him out the most, but I give the most financially. When he has to get groomed and I gotta pay for his food and all that.
That's the trade-off.
Give and take. Good luck to you guys the rest of the way. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate you guys having